What is up, guys? Rickackis here, and the Taken King Update 2.0 has finally hit Destiny, propelling it into Year 2 and beyond. Now, as a whole, the Taken King Update was a great thing for Destiny. It has a ton of features that players were asking for a very long time. Unfortunately, we're not talking about one of the positives in it today, we're talking about a negative. And guys, I really didn't want to have to make this video. I don't want this to be true, but in my opinion, auto rifles are still not a competitive option for PvP in Destiny. Now I want to specify and say in PvP. What Bungie did to auto rifles in PvE, giving them a 30% buff to PvE enemies, was awesome, and it's really going to make me start to consider auto rifles more seriously as a PvE option. I really am in favor of the PvE changes that the Taken King Update 2.0 had. Unfortunately, PvP is a different story, and again, I don't believe auto rifles are a competitive option still. Now we're going to go over why I believe this to be so, but I'm not just going to be complaining. I'm going to be offering solutions to how I believe to fix this problem and finally make auto rifles viable again. If you agree with what I'm about to say, please remember to rate and share the video. It really helps me out, and it can also get this into Bungie's view, into their attention, so that hopefully we can get some of these things changed sooner rather than later. Now let's dive right into it. Why do I think auto rifles still aren't a viable option in the Crucible? Well, I think the main reason definitely is Bungie has said again and again and again that they want auto rifles to be good in closer ranges. And you know what, guys? With the Taken King Update 2.0, they are. The auto rifles are superior to a lot of the other primaries within close ranges. I found that today when I'm fighting enemies in Crucible and they have, let's say, a hand cannon and I have an auto rifle and we're in closer range, I feel like I have the edge. Here's the problem. Within this range that Bungie keeps referring to, within this close range, guys, this close range for primaries doesn't exist. And the reason simply is that when you're within this prime auto rifle range, if I'm standing at a certain point and an enemy is standing away at the perfect auto rifle distance that I'm the most effective with my auto rifle, they are one blink strike away from me now being in their perfect shotgun range. And guys, that is the main problem. At the ranges that auto rifles are most viable, at the ranges that Bungie wants them to be most viable, you are not fighting with other primaries. You are at those ranges fighting with secondaries. So when you have an auto rifle and you're versing down opponents with fusion rifles and with shotguns, and they're also armed with insane mobility perks like sliding and blinking, you simply have no chance. You're not going to kill a guy blinking with a shotgun, even the post-nerf shotguns, when you have an auto rifle that takes 8 bloody headshots to kill. And remember, these are headshots and these are close range. He's blinking, he's jumping over you. It's unlikely that you're going to be able to track your target as he blinks over top of you, consistently landing headshots on him. It's just not a viable option for anyone other than freaking triple wreck. Fusion rifles as well. Auto rifles simply don't kill fast enough to verse down fusion rifles. You can charge and shoot a fusion rifle before you can get a kill with an auto rifle, even if all of your shots are headshots. So what players end up doing to avoid these close range battles, because if you have an auto rifle, you know you're just not going to win close range against blink shotgunners and blink fusion rifles. So you kind of back off. But then you start to back off, and immediately when you get out of that close range, the auto rifles are no longer viable. At that point, they simply lose out to any player with an ounce of talent using something like a pulse rifle or a scout rifle. Like the Meta multi-tool is great right now. You just don't have a chance. As soon as you get out of secondary range, you fall prey to all of the other primary gun types. They're just way more effective at range. The Messenger and the Hopscotch Pilgrim are still 2 burst kills on the Crucible, and you don't have to be across the map to get 2 burst kills. You can very comfortably get 2 burst kills in medium range. So how do you fix this problem? Well, Bungie simply needs to realize that this mythical close range that they keep talking about for auto rifles doesn't exist. In those ranges, players with powerful close range secondaries and insane mobility options, again like blink and like sliding, will simply dominate the auto rifle player most of the time. As such, you need to extend the range of auto rifles substantially first and foremost. Even doubling current auto rifle range wouldn't encroach on a lot of other primary weapons. They have high rates of fire and not the best stability. This already gives them a disadvantage when trying to land consecutive headshots at range when compared to the other primary gun types. You don't need to then add the fact that they start to have damage drop-offs after 5 meters in front of them. Secondly, damage still needs to be increased. Even with the high damaging auto rifle category, I was only capable of getting 25 damage in extremely close range to the head. That's 8 headshots to kill, and again, that's simply not practical when you have enemies jumping around and blink striking and sliding everywhere. Getting 8 headshots consistently without missing is a tall order. Especially since the Thorn can still kill in 3 body shots. So in summary, auto rifles are certainly better than they were before, and I want to congratulate Bungie on taking one step forward. But Bungie, you need to take one more step to make auto rifles truly viable, and that's to realize that the ranges you want them to work, they simply won't work with such powerful secondaries and mobility options to players. Extend the range, increase the damage, and we've finally gotten auto rifles to a point where they're competitive again. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you agree with what I said, please remember to rate and share this video. And if you want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, the best way is on Twitter, and that's going to be linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel if you want to follow me on that as well. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.